Did you know that not a single fuel-saving device has ever been approved by the EPA? While some delivered modest gains, most were complete duds. In this video, we review top fuel-saving hacks to separate scams from money savers. We've also included a surprising hack at the end that might upset a few drivers. Let's get started. Hack number 1. Vortex generator or tornado fuel saver. We start this list with vortex generators. They are small fan-like devices made of metal. These devices are meant to improve fuel savings by improving airflow. The most popular brand is the Tornado Fuel Saver, which has been in the market for over 2 decades. The device costs $89 and claims to yield 1 to 2 miles per gallon more. It is easy to fit and comes with a lifetime warranty. The Tornado Fuel Saver has been tested by the EPA, Consumer Reports, and Mythbusters. They all concluded that it is a total scam. Only one test by ABC News showed an 11% increase in fuel efficiency. However, many people tested it afterward, including CR, and saw the opposite result. The device doesn't work because newer cars already optimize airflow. In some tests, the vortex generator reduced fuel economy by disrupting that flow. Hack number 2. Fuel tank conversion. While most fuel-saving hacks aim to minimize fuel usage, this one wants to eradicate it. A fuel tank conversion enables your car to run on a secondary or alternate fuel source. 2 of the most talked about fuel tank conversions are vegetable oil and liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. Both of these are much cheaper than gasoline or diesel, hence the idea behind them. Scientifically, both of these fuel-saving hacks work. However, they are not very affordable or practical. Turning your vehicle into a grease car will cost $900 for the conversion kit and several $100s for labor. LPG converters are even more expensive, ranging between $1,500 and $4,000. As a result, it will take a long time before you recoup your investment costs. The other problem with grease cars is that it is difficult to get enough fuel. So even though this is not a scam, it doesn't save you any money. Plus, it'll tank the resale value of your car. Hack number 3. Hydrogen injection systems. Hydrogen cars have been touted as the next big thing after electric vehicles. Unfortunately, the technology has too many problems and it hasn't quite taken off yet. However, if you have between $1,350 and $6,000, you can buy an HHTO generator. An HHO generator, also known as a brown gas or hydrogen generator, injects hydrogen and oxygen into your engine. HHO generators use electrolysis to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. They then mix the hydrogen with gasoline. These devices are meant to improve fuel economy by up to 200%. However, the general consensus is between 15% and 20%. But do they work? Yes and no. The science behind the idea works. However, electrolysis requires generating a lot of electricity, which would wear out most car batteries. Plus, too much hydrogen entering the combustion engine could cause irreversible damage. With new engines costing over $4,000, it's not worth the hassle. The risks and costs of HHO generators far outweigh any potential gains. So this is a scam. Hack number 4. Aftermarket filters improve MPG over OEM filters. If you're a fan of racing and tuning, you would have heard about K and N reusable filters. These aftermarket air filters promise to improve throttle response and energy performance. Many people also believe that they can improve your miles per gallon. The reasoning is that the more air flows into the engine, the better the combustion and the less fuel you use. Sadly, this is just another hoax. A U.S. Department of Energy report showed that replacing an air filter will improve performance, but not fuel economy. That is because ECUs provide fuel based on how much air flows into the combustion chamber. Their tests showed that a new filter increased fuel economy by 2 to 6% for cars with carburetors. A different study showed that K and N filters do not filter air as well as OEM filters. Besides that, over-oiling the reusable filter could damage the MAF sensor. If you're already using aftermarket filters, you might want to watch our video on 11 bad MAF sensor symptoms. Unless you're tuning up your car for racing, stay away from aftermarket filters. Hack number 5. Engine tuning. Engine tuning has long proven to be a great way to boost torque and performance. However, with eco-tuning, it can now improve fuel efficiency. Eco-tuning, or ECU tuning, works by adjusting the fuel-air mixture, timing, and throttle response. The result of this is a car that consumes 10% to 20% less fuel. While the idea is promising, there isn't conclusive evidence. Some research suggests that ECU tuning can yield better fuel economy, and there hasn't been any research to debunk it. Eco-tuning can cost anywhere from $250 to $1,250. If this process can save even 5% on fuel consumption, it would be worth it. Other engine tuning, like fuel-saving devices or even vortex generators, are complete scams. Engine tuning could also void your warranty for powertrain issues. Eco-tuning is typically recommended for diesel cars and turbocharged engines. Eco-tuning does not seem like a scam, but be mindful of your warranty. Hack number 6. Drive a manual transmission over an automatic transmission. People who love driving manual transmissions, they offer better handling, better performance, and better fuel economy. Or at least they used to. Manual transmission, on average, used to consume 10% to 15% less gas than automatics. But due to modern changes to automatic transmissions, that is no longer the case. Advancements like continuously variable transmissions, CVT, and 8 to 10-speed automatics have changed the game. That is because CVTs have infinite EGAR ratios, which adjust automatically to maximize fuel efficiency. A perfect example is the 2023 Honda Civic. The manual sport hatchback gives 26 miles per gallon in the city, 36 on the highway, and 29 miles per gallon combined. The automatic delivers 29 in the city, 37 on the highway, and 32 combined. That is an 11.5% increase in the city, and 10% combined. As CVTs become more popular, it is fair to say that automatics are more efficient than manuals. Hack number 7. Overinflating tires. Many people believe that overinflating tires will improve fuel economy, and they are right. Larger tire surface areas reduce rolling resistance. However, this modest improvement in fuel efficiency comes at a very high cost. It is important to understand that the recommended tire pressure perfectly maximizes fuel economy. So, when you overinflate your tires, you're leaving the car vulnerable to many risks. Overinflated tires tend to wear out faster due to uneven tread wear. Second, and more importantly, overinflated tires lose traction. This leaves you vulnerable to accidents. Combine this with rough handling, and their risks climb even higher. So, while overinflating tires might increase fuel economy by 1 to 2%, it will cost you much more. The average person spends $1,800 a year on gas, so this will save $18 to $36 per year. However, replacing your tires alone will cost between $400 and $4,000. Overinflating tires for MPG gains is not a myth, but it is reckless. Hack number 8. Gas additives boost miles per gallon. Now, we come to arguably the most controversial fuel-saving hack on this list. Even though many people hate additives, others love them. That is why additives are a $10 billion business. Fuel system cleaners are the most popular additives. They clean the engine by removing carbon buildup, which enhances engine performance and fuel economy. Scientifically, this makes perfect sense. Unfortunately, the reality is very different. Out of the hundreds of additives tested by the EPA, very few have shown any improvements. And even then, the change is negligible. Some snake oil additives have even been proven to damage engines. However, several brands of additives, like Chevron's Techron Concentrate and Gummy Wheat work. Still, the best source of additives is top-tier gas. Top-tier gas has been approved by many car manufacturers and costs less than commercially sold additives. So, while additives aren't all scams, it's not worth the risk. Hack number 9. Using premium gas improves fuel efficiency. Did you know that 16.5 million people buy premium gas when they don't need to? According to the American Automotive Association, this amounts to over $2.1 billion annually. Many drivers believe that premium gas cleans the engine, which boosts fuel efficiency. Unfortunately, this is one of the easiest myths to debunk. Premium gas does not clean an engine better than regular gas. That is because the only difference between them is the level of octane. Both types of gas contain additives that can clean the engine, but neither makes your car more fuel efficient. The only type of gas that can do that is top-tier gas, and we'll talk more about that later. Premium gas is meant for performance vehicles, which require higher octane. Always buy the gas recommended for your vehicle in the manual. Hack number 10. Buying cold fuel in the morning. Elementary school science taught us that liquids expand in the heat and contract in the cold. So, if you buy gasoline or diesel in the morning, you'll get more bang for your buck. Sadly, this does not work in reality. That is because gas stations store fuel underground. Gas is also stored at a constant temperature of around 55 degrees Fahrenheit. As if that wasn't enough, gas pumps adjust the pricing based on the fuel's temperature. The third problem is that gas expands at just 0.069% per degree Fahrenheit. So, a 20-degree Fahrenheit difference in gas temperature will yield a 1.38% increase in volume. Hack number 11. Lowering the tailgate. Here is another fuel-saving hack that has existed for decades. Many believe that the tailgate creates wind resistance, forcing the engine to work harder. So, lowering the tailgate should make a truck more aerodynamic. Some people go as far as removing the tailgate. While this makes sense in theory, it does not work in practice. Modern cars are designed with this in mind. NASCAR and Consumer Reports have tested this theory and found that trucks with the tailgate up use less fuel. The NASCAR and Mythbusters studies showed that a closed tailgate creates a circular airflow vortex. This makes the truck more aerodynamic. The CR test showed a 4% improvement in fuel economy with the tailgate up. However, some people have seen an improvement in fuel economy with the tailgate removed. In that scenario, the truck will be 50 to 150 pounds lighter, which could have led to modest fuel economy gains. Lowering the tailgate for better MPG is a myth. Before we wrap up, remember, saving fuel isn't just good for your wallet, it's great for the planet too. Small changes in your driving habits can lead to big savings over time. Whether you're commuting daily or planning a long road trip, these simple tips can really make a difference. Staying mindful behind the wheel helps reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. It also means fewer trips to the gas station. Who doesn't love that? Plus, driving efficiently can even make your journeys smoother and less stressful. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these fuel-saving tips helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more great content. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment below with your own fuel-saving hacks or any questions you might have.